Hey ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? How y'all doing today? Alright, today I'm pitching to you Blind Faith. This is a super awesome series that I would like to pitch to you guys. And it's basically a series that's based around religion. And my main characters are slaves that were brought to the new land and this religion was implemented into their culture. And it's been several generations. At the point where the story pick up, it's been several generations that since the implementation of this new religion. But my lead character, what's his name? Tokiba. Tokiba. While the series starts off or opens up in the dream series that Tokiba is having, and in this dream, Tokiba is contacted by the ancestors, and the ancestors in his dream, the ancestors are sharing with him knowledge of the old world, of their original land, and the ancestors are showing him traditions and thousand-year-old cultures and traditions that has been followed in their native religion. And Tokiba are having these recurring dreams every night. You know, he's trying to shake these dreams off because he thinks they're just dreams, but the dreams won't let him rest. You know, every night it's a recurring dream. He's having the same dream over and over, as if the ancestors has come to him, and as if the ancestors has made up their mind that it's time for the slaves to be awakened, or basically to reveal their original religion to them. But during this, and once Tokiba is once Tokiba finally, after several dreams, he finally accepts what the ancestors are telling him, or beaming to him, or downloading to him. He accepts this information, but he's the first one. He's the first one to receive this knowledge. Tokiba has a best friend by the name of Mabu. Mabu is young, super athletic. He's a supreme warrior. He come from the DNA of warriors, generations and generations and generations of warriors. But Mabu is young, but Mabu looks up. He looks up to Tokiba. Tokiba is his big brother figure, but kind of like an idol to him. He looks up to Tokiba, and he wants to follow in Tokiba's footsteps, because Tokiba is a well-rounded man, well-rounded family man. He's stand-up, noble, honorable guy, and Mabu admires these traits in Tokiba. Now Necro is a woman. She's devout to the religion, and she's deep into it. She actually works at a church, and she is her whole life is based on the religion. She can't see anything but the religion, and anything outside of the religion is strictly forbidden for Necro. But Necro has a thing for Mabu. Necro, upon the first time she sees Mabu, she's actually fell in love with Mabu from the beginning. Mabu has no idea that she has these type of feelings for him. Actually, he really has no idea that she even exists, because he's still in the young and innocent stage, and he just love hunting and love working out and showing off his acrobatic skills. But we open up on Mabu. Mabu is in the jungle, not in the jungle, but in the forest, because in the new land there is no jungles, there's only forests. And Mabu, he's hunting. When we open up on him, he's hunting, and while he's hunting, you get to see the awesome physical specimen that he is, and the way and how his agility and acrobatic skills are through the roof. Okay, now as the story takes place, and Tokiba starts to Takeba wakes up one day from his dream, and this is the day that he decides this. After pondering, he decides to accept what the ancestors are telling him, and he's searching for Mabu to tell Mabu of his dreams and what he thinks. And once he catch up with Mabu, once he comes from hunting, Mabu was playing with kids. He was playing ball with the kids. He was playing soccer with the kids. And you can see he had done tossed his rabbits to the side or whatever he had grabbed hunting that day. So Mabu, Takeba catches up with Mabu and gives Mabu a breakdown or outline of what he's been receiving in his dreams. And after days of explaining this to Mabu, Mabu starts to accept the knowledge and accepts the light also. And being that Mabu looks up to Takeba, it was not hard for Takeba to actually share this information with Mabu. And as time goes on, the knowledge begins to travel amongst the people in the new land, amongst the slaves in the new land, because the people that takes on this information and starts to believe in this information that the ancestors downloaded to Takeba, they start to glow. They start to receive a natural glow to their being, to their soul, to their, and you can actually feel it as the members of the tribes come around. You can feel the positivity beaming from every molecule in their body. The positivity is beaming from their DNA. Okay, and meanwhile, the church, the leaders of the church, is noticing that the people are taking on a glow, and their behavior is starting to change. Nekro, being that she's a devout follower of the religion, she does a lot of work in the community, and Nekro is also noticing the change amongst the people, even though the powers that be that run the church haven't informed Nekro of what they're seeing. So as the people start to glow and the calm starts to come amongst the enslaved people, and they're starting to, it used to be bickering and fighting and a whole bunch of senseless violence and a senseless drama amongst the slaves. But once this new information started coming, there starts to become a peace amongst the slaves, amongst the enslaved people. And once this peace starts spreading through the enslaved people, they stop having the need to go visit the building that is called the church. Now the enslaved people are realizing that the church is within them, and now they're becoming free of mind. They're becoming free to socialize amongst one another, and they're starting to build and become stronger. And the church, and once the church get wind, once the church is steadily trying to zero in to where this change originated, and they catch Takeba and Mabu fellowshipping with enslaved individuals who hadn't received the information yet. And that's when the people of the church, the leaders of the church, noticed that Mabu and Takeba is at the forefront of the delivering of this new information. So at that point, the church, noticing that they are declining, they're declining in money, they're declining in membership, they set out to sabotage Takeba's and Mabu's fellowshipping. And the whole while, Nekro is watching also, because once the leaders of the church realize that that Takeba and Mabu are the source of this new information, they never bothered to tell Nekuro, and Nekuro starts to see the harm that's being brought to Takeba and Mabu. Needless to say, this series takes off, man. It catches on fire, literally. It's action throughout. When it comes to dealing with the enslaved, and Takeba, Mabu, and Nekuro's interaction with the enslaved mind leads to several tense and thrilling situations, which in turn leads to not only this pilot episode, but it in turn leads to several other episodes in this nature, because the story has to evolve, and it takes time. The pilot is basically the receiving of the information, and him transferring the information to Mabu. Once Takeba and Mabu are on the same page, that's when that journey starts, and they start to pass this vital information down to all the enslaved minds. And so that's the pilot episode, and so it starts to gain traction, especially once the leaders of the church starts to see the information from Takeba and Mabu spreading. Man, the church goes through all kind of dastardly deeds in order to slow this information down and keeping this new information from spreading among the minds of the enslaved. So propaganda and war tactics are initiated at this point. And to see the growth through these 10 episodes in this first season, that would just be the tip of the iceberg. I can see this to get a full run of this series, of this project. I think we need at least 3 seasons to even build to the climax and the anarchy that is to come. Yep. So check it out. It's Blind Faith. Y'all tune in to see what Takeba, Nekuro, and Mabu does to free all the enslaved minds of the people. Thank you very much. What it do?